Welcome back to Sketchbook Time Machine. I'm Harper, and today let's all pretend like we care about this video, because it's a free-for-all day. So I'm going to be drawing and painting at least 47.5 characters right here on this page. But wait, there's more. Yes, that's right, because while all that art is going on, we're also going to be talking about the power of sketchbook journals, how I got started, and why I still keep one 23 years later. But enough of this bullshit, let's get to it. February 28th, 2018. It was a battered old storage trunk held together with rotting leather straps that ran around the circumference and locked with flimsy metal fasteners. Not big, but a body could be folded into it and discreetly transported to the desert in a pinch. It once belonged to my great-aunt so-and-so on my father's side and was now sitting in our carport, flaking decades of decay onto the cement floor. Somebody else in the family had held on to it until they died, and it was passed on to my dad. We opened it with a skeleton key. It's super hazy now, but I think there were some clothes, a few books of little interest, a pair of shoes, and maybe a Bible inside. They weren't my memories, so I didn't understand why anyone would keep them. But on the peeling, water-damaged bottom of the trunk were 2 scrapbook journals. I was in my late teens and didn't care about old stuff from people I'd never met. I mean, I had always enjoyed the scrapbooks my mom made, but they were well-crafted, good-looking collections of my immediate family in funny clothes and regrettable hairstyles. These bound time capsules, pulled from an otherwise collection of junk, held photos, newspaper clippings, movie ticket stubs, and handwritten journal entries in the margins and open spaces of the weathered pages. A piece of a 45 record, a gumball machine ring, and a second-place ribbon from the state fair were barely sticking to the pages with cracked yellow glue. The first one was pretty full, but the second went mysteriously blank about halfway through, as if the author had said, who cares, and quit. I wasn't enamored or amazed. Epiphany hadn't touched me in the secret places, but I liked something about those books. And though I never found out who they belonged to, the idea of personal experience being recorded and available for future discovery was definitely intriguing. A few years later, I started keeping a mini journal in the Ansel Adams monthly planner that Mom gave me for Christmas every year. I think that today the style would be called a bullet journal. It was short weekly recaps with a handful of standout stories and mundane reminders. I kept those little reports for 3 or 4 years, planning that I might move on to a full-size journal at some point. I think that early experience of finding those old scrapbooks with part of a stranger's life story locked in the time-worn pages stuck with me. In the summer of 1995, I moved 100 miles from home to start my first big-time art job and a new chapter in life. Being in this new and exciting inspirational place, it felt like the perfect time to start recording my experiences. I've kept a sketchbook journal ever since. Out of sheer embarrassment, there are plenty of entries that I would love to black out like a redacted government UFO report. But the good stuff and the memories far outweigh the screw-ups and naivete. So why write in a journal? I mean, artists usually keep an ongoing sketchbook to practice drawing and try out new techniques, but why add words to the mix? I think the writer-artist Austin Kleon answered this question with a great 1-2-3 punch. Number 1, it helps me pay attention to my life. Number 2, I have a terrible memory. Number 3, it's a good place to have bad ideas. And I'd like to add a 4th reason to the list. It's my therapy. In addition to the ideas, drawings, writing scraps, and small delusions, it's a great place to unload all the garbage in my head, where the only opinions are mine. A self-sounding board. You can write ugly things and get shit off your chest. I mean, really, it's a steam vent for life's bullshit, so I don't stab the next asshole I meet. Writing is a great way to get your head right and get your shit together. Like a long drive on an open highway, a journal is the place for those secret project ideas, grand designs, and thoughts that maybe you're afraid to say out loud. Keeping a sketchbook journal also comes with tons of bonus value. It's a great progress report that shows how you've improved your writing, drawing, and critical thinking skills over time. A personal inventory and life review. Meditation, motivation. Sounds pretty great, right? Well, here's the catch. Unfortunately, this time machine is only programmed to travel backward. You could only time jump through history. Oh, sure, it's also a great tool for plans, goals, and mind maps that project into the unknown. But the future is always a blank page of possibilities.
All right, hold on. I know that last part was pretty cheesy, but the thing is, it's also true. Well, that's all the hot sketchbook action I've got for you today. Thanks for watching. And if you have a minute, please leave a comment and let other people know why you keep a sketchbook and what you get out of it. And as always, if you thought this video was pretty sweet, give it a thumbs up. If you thought it sucked, how dare you? Give it a thumbs down. And if you don't want to miss any future videos, please subscribe to my channel. That would be totally awesome. And if you do subscribe, make sure you hit the notifications bell, and that way you'll never ever miss another sketchbook video right here on the Time Machine. Later.